Today, in this video, we are going to be talking about 5 different chenille yarns that Michael's stores now carry. I'm super excited about this video because I finally got my hands on some of the brand new yarns that Michael's stores now carry. I actually stumbled on one just randomly when I went in there after going to the gym. I'm like, let's go check out Michael's. And they had a box and there was no label and it wasn't even, online or anything. And that's the Demi Purl. But let's roll this back. I wanted to talk briefly about these petite Purl. It is $9.99. You get 537 yards, 8.75 ounces. The size hook that you would use is a 4.5 millimeter hook. Now I know myself and I would not be using this yarn because it's very fine. But if you're looking for a chenille yarn that is a fine yarn, this one is sort of the baby of one of the ones that I'm going to be using. So here again is another skinny chenille yarn and has lots of beautiful colors, and it is 461 yards, 7.7 ounces for $9.99. And this one, let me size 6.5 millimeter hook on that one. And there are a plethora of colors on this one, really pretty colors. And I will not be buying this one because it is super fine. What I want to do in this video is talk about each of the 5 yarns that I chose and my likes, my dislikes, and possibly my favorite. Seen these yarns in your store yet? I know that they aren't always in all the stores and sometimes they're not even online yet, but they are rolling out. We are going to start with the skinniest to the more dense in dimension of the yarns. The first one that we're going to talk about is Posh Purl. There we go. It's a little bit finer. The yarn or the hook size that you need, this is actually a bulky 5 yarn, and it says to use an 8 millimeter crochet hook. We are going to find the end of this so that I can, oh, there it is. It's peeking out already. Hey. So we're just going to pull it out here because I'm a center pull. Are you a center pull person, or do you like to go take the tag off and pull from the outside? I know that's the debate that there is. Okay. So this yarn, you pull it out and it actually doesn't seem to fray. I'm like pulling on this pretty hard. So I am going to do a workup with this and I will show you that to see what it looks like. It sort of has a blanket feel maybe to it. It's a little bit more dense and not as plush as some of the other ones that we're going to be talking about today. Posh Purl comes in 18 different colors. The color that I chose, one is called Blush. And it retails for $9.99. Sometimes they'll have a buy one, get one free. Sometimes they'll have a coupon for up to 40% off. If you decide to shop with Michael's, they have a app that you can sign up for and get rewards back. So every, you get 3% back on your purchases and that you can get a voucher for $5. So I'm learning, but that's a little tip that if you are going to shop at Michael's, sometimes it's better to wait unless you're super excited about what they have and then you can do what you want. You're the boss of yourself. Posh Purl, it retails for $9.99 and you get 233 yards, 7 ounces, 213 meters, and 200 grams. And this you will use, this is a bulky 5 and you use an 8 millimeter crochet hook with this skein of yarn. The next yarn that I would like to talk about is the Cozy Cub yarn. Now I follow several people that had been talking about the Cozy Cub yarn, and so I was a little bit excited to get my hands on this because it wasn't in my stores for a while. Cozy Cub retails for $9.99 and it is a bulky 6 yarn, so it's a little bit bigger than the one that we talked about before. And it says to use a 6.5 millimeter hook, which is kind of odd because the other one said 8 millimeter. I'm going to pull this out and we are going to see, let's find the end of this. So it looks like this. We're going to pull on the end of it. I'll see, we're getting a little fluff off this one, but really, surprisingly, I'm like fingernails on this. It is not coming off. This is not coming off. So this, I would say, is a little bit more plush. So I think it's softer than the Posh Purl, and it's just slightly bigger. This color is called Lavender, so that makes sense. Next one that I want to talk about is Sweet Snuggles Lite. They've had Sweet Snuggles Lite before, but for some reason they're saying it's a new yarn. Anyone know what the dealio is there? I don't know. I don't know all the drama there is with yarn. I just go in and I buy what I like. And this is the color Blush. Again, I really liked the blush. And the choices, there's only 6 color choices of the Sweet Snuggles Lite for right now in the solid. And then with the Blossom ones, you know, they're supposed to resemble flowers. Anyway, they have 6 different colors there as well. So in total they have 12, but I like solid colors. I'm not a huge fan of variegated, but I do use variegated yarn. I'm making myself use it. So the Sweet Snuggles Lite price point is, again, $9.99. This has 218 yards, 8.8 ounces, 200 meters, 250 grams. And this takes an 8 millimeter crochet hook. Let's pull out the center of this one. Cooperate. I'll just show you from the side. Right. We're going to pull it. So this one, as you can see, it is just pulling the things off. So I would not like do too many frogging with that one because it'll just pull it out. So this one is super soft. Next yarn that I'm going to talk about is the Demi Purl. Now this is the one that they just had a box, and I was so excited about it because the first color I saw was this fantastic brown, and then I saw this fantastic green, and then I saw this fantastic green, and then I saw this lovely color. There are 30 different colors in Demi Purl. Now that is absolutely fantastic. It's a little bit thicker, and as you can see, it looks kind of like Bernat Blanket a little bit, but it's also softer than Bernat Blanket. The diameter of it is also smaller than the blanket yarn. We're gonna do our fluff test. I mean, I'm like, there's a tiny, tiny bit coming out of that. Usually when you use chenille yarn, it just goes everywhere. And it's the joke when anybody sees me and they know that I've been crocheting because I'm wearing it, right? We'll start with this color that I have is called, I don't even know how to say this, Sphagum. Sphagum? Anyone? I'm not even sure what that even means, but that's this color. Another one, this is, I don't know who named these. I think they threw them, you know, the names, just random names in a hat and pulled them out. I don't know. This one is Mint Mango. Okay. And then this one makes a little bit more sense. This is Deep Mahogany. And then finally, this other gorgeous green is called a Vibrant Green. See, one that actually makes sense. Retails again for $9.99. I think that's their favorite price point. You get 152 yards, 8.8 ounces, 139 meters, 250 grams. And this is considered a super bulky 6 weight yarn. and you use a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook to crochet with this one. And the last yarn that we're going to be talking about is the Sweet Snuggles yarn. This one has been around for a while and I never really seemed to get my hands on it. It was like a miracle because Michael's never had this yarn in stock. Was that a problem? Is that a problem at your Michael's? So when I saw that they had some in stock, I snatched it up, like in colors that you will actually use and not like black. I mean, use black, but black is not my favorite color to use. This is falling out of the, maybe I snatched it and was so excited. But anyway, this color is called, oh, hi. This is Coral, is the name of this skein of yarn. Sweet Snuggles yarn comes in 22 different colors. The dimension, I don't know what is the best word, how fluffy it is pretty much equal to Premier's Parfait Chunky XL, so the thicker one. So in this skein, you will get 109 yards, 8.8 ounces, 100 meters, and 250 grams. This one, guess what the price point is? You guessed it, $9.99. This is a jumbo 7, and you use 11.5 millimeter crochet hook. I don't know if I've even used 11.5. Anybody used 11.5 crochet hook? And all right, so we have the end. Remember the Sweet Snuggle Lite. What happened? I'm kind of thinking already because we have a little bit of fluff there. So this one's really pretty. I'm excited that they have really good color choices on this one. 22 seems to be a lot. So we're going to do our fluff test. See if I can, oh, yeah, it's pulling. So you can see that. But let's do a workup with it and see how nicely it works. This is the Posh Purl, and it's a little bit finer of a yarn, but it works up really nicely. I was really pleasantly surprised with how I just single crocheted, did a chain, and then single crocheted across using the hook size that it said to use. On the package, there is a QR code that you can scan with your phone. So it's like you take a picture and it'll pull up a link that you can go to and see different patterns using these yarns. For me, I think I've used this yarn for like clothing or really small amigurumi. The next yarn that we have in our arsenal is the Cozy Cub yarn. This was nice to work with on the hook, and I used the hook size so you can tell how plush it is. This is 100% polyester and just beautiful. I think this is somewhat like your Parfait Chunky, but without the like fuzzy falling off stuff. It's kind of a nice change, and they are, you know, we just have a limited amount of colors in that one. The next one, look how plush and just beautiful. This is the Demi Purl, and it is fabulous. It just works up so beautifully. Smooth on the crochet hook. I would say these three are really nice on the crochet hook. And again, I used the size that it called for and just worked out really nice. After I'm done with this row, I will line up the samples and then you can see them side by side. The next one is the Sweet Snuggles Lite. And I have to say that the Sweet Snuggles Lite, I used the crochet hook that it called for, and it sort of grabbed the hook. So not necessarily my favorite to work with because it was like I was fighting it, but I would still use it. I mean, come on, it's Chenille yarn. Last one is the Sweet Snuggles, and again, just did single crochets. And I don't have 11.5 crochet hook, but I do have a 12 millimeter crochet hook. So I use that instead. So if you're thinking of making amigurumi out of these, I fight you a little bit, and it's also sort of brittle. So I went to pull this out and get the center out, and I popped the thread. So you just be aware of that. So now we're gonna line up all of them, the samples side by side, so you can see what they look like. This one's the Posh Purl. This one is the Cozy Cub. This is the Denim Purl. Sweet Snuggles Lite. And then Sweet Snuggles. See if I can get you looking. There we go. This is a really super fun video for me to make and do the comparisons. I know there are other yarns that are slowly rolling out in your Michaels. Which ones are you looking forward to working with? I would love to hear about that. I would like to know your thoughts on the yarns that I talked about today. Thanks for watching. Happy yarn creating. So let's get started with this exciting video. Carrie. I have to tell you. Okay.